Y'all may not know, but today is my birthday. For those of you who do, thank you for your birthday wishes. I'm just gonna run through my makeup right quick because I just feel like this is long overdue. What I'm taking is, I'm priming my face and I'm moving a little fast because of the simple fact that I'm already running behind on plans. I did my eyebrows already, but I did them like earlier today. And of course, by no means this is like super professional, but it's okay. I never claimed to be. Don't come for me. This is what I do, and this is what has been working for me to give my skin just like that niceness. I'm using Danessa Myricks 10 out of 10 Barrier Boost. I got the trial because I didn't know if I was gonna like it or not. And then of course it came in like a three piece. So blurring balm, it came with a Barrier Boost, and then this glow serum. I mixed those three with this e.l.f. Bright and Beautiful. And I know what you're probably gonna say, why are you using eye cream on your whole face? Don't question stuff. Like, I know the intention, I know what it says, but that's just what I'm doing, okay? Now for the brows, I'm using Anastasia Beverly Hills, the brow definer, not brow wigs. I like the definer because I'm able to kind of just like control it more. I feel like wigs give me too many little skinny lines. We're gonna start this. We're gonna take the Pro Conceal Orange Color Corrector. This is like on the lighter side. Typically they got like a darker one, but this one is the, yeah. We're just going to blend this out. Okay. And honestly, I hate that I didn't get to show y'all the brow part because I feel like that's literally the most important part because that literally frames your face. They ain't gotta be perfect now, but if they're off, I just feel like the whole look is off. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole look off. Anyways, so blend, blend, blend. I'm not a sponge user. I don't like sponges. I'll go ahead and be honest with y'all. So boom, now that we have that, I know that everybody has their order in which they like to do their makeup. That's totally cool on y'all. I do take some tips sometimes, like I definitely do. I try it out and sometimes it's really good. I'm gonna take the Morphe. This is the continuous setting mist, prep and set mist. So you can use this to prime. Sometimes I use it like on top of when I do the 3 to do my primer, but I mean I use it throughout the process. So yeah, you should be kind of like setting your makeup throughout all of it because it's like we're throwing on layers on layers on layers. Sometimes I don't make it. Alexa, next. Cause I don't know what she be on. She just be in her feelings. Typically, I love to use MAC Studio Fix. Like honestly, I didn't find out I like this until this year. You go through so many foundations and stuff. Normally, I would use Morphe, but they took it out of Ulta. We don't shop at Ulta, but I had to use my $30 that I had the points, so I did go. I am out of my MAC Studio Fix, but that does not mean the top cannot pop off, and I can still use it. So I'm gonna get my, what was this, like $42, $42, $43. I'm getting all the foundation out of it. I do currently have House Labs though, which I like House Labs. I do.
And action, Michael.
I love the tour.
We're gonna make this MAC Studio Fix come out the bottle. I got this contour palette from Juvia's Place. I just found out the scandal that was going on with Juvia's Place. I don't like to get into drama, but I don't like saying that either because I don't want people to feel like, oh, you're not standing for what's right. I just don't know the tea to it, for real, for real. So I simply cannot take a side. I don't know the situation. So, I mean, if you guys would like to inform me on what's going on with that in the comments, I'm more than happy to hear y'all out with that. Because what is going on? And I'm scared to mention you know who, because I don't want to get blocked. So I'm not even going to say the name. I don't want to get blocked. Like, she don't know me, I don't know her. So it's like, that's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Anyways, blend in your foundation. Go ahead and do that right quick. Go ahead and do that right quick. So what we're going to do is take... And of course, like I said, we're using brushes. I don't own a sponge. I don't. This contour palette, because you have to set with powders and stuff. This is Juvia's Place. Like I said, y'all, don't get on me. I literally had just bought it. We're just gonna take a brush, and I'm just gonna like, kind of like set my foundation with it. This is the lighter color. I'm going in with the darker color to like. Now on a summer's hot day, I would normally just take the contour powder and use that as like a foundation for real, like I'll prime, and then boom. The foundation, not the foundation, the powder. And then now we're gonna go, I don't know, I just feel like it makes a difference. I take my brush and I like pinch it because it's like I want that, and then I'm kind of like swiping back and forth like this, and and they say for like round faces you don't want to go like this, but honestly, because they say go straight up and down. That's what I just seen. So I do both because I don't know what actually works. All noses are beautiful. My brothers got big noses. And when I say brothers, I mean my sisters, but that's an inside joke. But I've seen that some girls also call their sisters brothers, and I love that. And I know you probably like, well, where's the concealer? What is it coming in? Don't worry, I got you. So NARS, I've tried so many, but this honestly is my favorite. I see a lot of people say that they like, who is he? Give me a second. people like Tarte. They like, I want to say Maybelline, which is really good, but I use that for like the very light concealer that I throw on top of my NARS. Honestly, y'all, and I know people be buying the minis. I buy the minis sometimes when I don't feel like spending $30 on concealer. Yeah. Okay. Yep, boom, like that. I go a little right here. I don't like to do too much. I have a booty chin. It's not that noticeable. Praise the Lord. But, yeah. I go here too. It's very subtle though, but it makes the difference a little bit, I guess. I don't like putting makeup on my forehead. But honestly, my forehead be a bit shiny. So, which is nothing wrong with that, but it's just like, relax. We're gonna go in with our liquid blush. Okay, so my best friend just called me. He's trying to figure out what you doing, where you at, like what's going on. He calling me in. But Esther, what is it, painted by Esther, seeing her like technique or whatnot. So I'm like, I think it's kind of pretty cool. Like I haven't seen the tutorial, but I feel like what I seen was what I seen. So like, we just gonna go with, we are gonna go on top of this with a powdered blush. Just because, like I told y'all earlier, if you do liquid, you must set it with a powder. Is that always true? In my case, yes. I know some people who don't set like with a powder. Like, they literally use concealer and then that's it. Wait, how? Anyways, so now that we've put the blush there, it's not doing too much right now because I love blush. It's gonna do fine. We're just gonna blend in his forehead. I take mine out and then I put the little excess or like what I got left over on the brush, I put that in the middle because like I said, this area it just be shining. Since this is like my first time doing this for real, I don't really want to talk about pressing issues for real because I don't want to upset nobody. Do I really care? I really don't. Here's my thing, like I'm really upset about this case with the Asian guy gas station. I'm upset about that outcome. History repeating itself and it can become very frustrating. So when I blend out my concealer, I start in the center and then I try to just bring it up and out. Bring it up, out. I don't like dragging it down. Just for makeup purposes, in the event that you don't have like high cheekbones, literally don't come down first. Just start inner corner and then literally take it like you're trying to drag up. Alexa, next. He doing too much. And of course we're gonna have to go back in with the contour for the nose part because it's like we're getting concealer there. You can do this with a smaller brush, but honestly I love this brush and I didn't say what brushes I was using, but this is Real Techniques. There we go. Real Techniques 402. We didn't trade it for nothing. It's that where I used to use an eyeshadow brush, but that's just because it was easier to kind of like, you know, distribute it. And now I'm just taking the excess concealer and just kind of like blending it out, especially with that blush that was there. You probably can't even see it no more, but maybe you can. Y'all see that cut? That's real nasty, but I'm not gonna leave it there like that. But that is a nice, it's Maybelline concealer. It is 35 in deep. I can't even lie to y'all, I've had this so long, I don't know what the second word says. We're gonna let that dry a little bit. So since we're letting that dry, I'm gonna take that brush again that I had my contour powder on, and I'm just gonna kind of go in there again like that. And sometimes I like to take my contour up here, so it just, I don't know, it just gives that like real structured face, not Squidward, but structured. So now that this is dry, let's go ahead and the only reason why I try to be light about blending this is because sometimes, even with all the efforts of layering and stuff like that, oh, speaking of layering, let's go ahead and do that. Like layering and all that stuff like that, sometimes when you go in with that white color, it makes your under eye like dark. I don't know what be going on. Like, so I just try to be very light-handed when blending it out because I don't know what be happening to me. And like I said, I'm not professional. This is just how I do my makeup, okay? Now we're gonna take our, actually no we're not. Blend that line out so it's not just a real deep cut on your face. Just, yeah. I believe according to Esther, you're gonna take the lighter powder and you start with the lighter powder. So that way it kind of blends in with everything else. I don't know, y'all, correct me. And of course, people gonna say, you could have went and looked, you could have went and looked. That's not the point. That's really not the point. I go down true crime rabbit holes. not makeup rabbit holes. Okay. All right. I still like to put blush on my nose. I think it's pretty. I think it's really pretty. And then what we're gonna do is go in with a more pigmented pink. Okay. And I'm gonna smile and do this. Probably gonna look like I'm from. And because our concealer did not get set with the powder before we started doing our blush, I just go back in and just make sure I blend that back out because you don't want to set wrinkle lines. You just don't. So we're gonna spray one more time before we set. The setting powder I'm using for my concealer is gonna be Laura Mercier, Laura Mercier. Okay. And then I'm using a puff that I bought off of Amazon. I just bought a whole bunch of puffs. Make sure you get the forehead. Okay. Go in again there. And don't ask me about no highlighter. I don't use highlight. I used to. I just don't no more. I don't. I just feel like it's not necessary. Because my face is gonna oil up. Not like in a bad way to where it's like, ooh, you oily girl, but like in a, ooh, you glistening. Okay? Alright, so now that we're done with that, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this again and we're gonna spray to the gods. I have one side spray that I normally go in on top of it, but I did not buy another one. I thought I had more. To my surprise, I don't. But that's what you get when you buy travel size. Don't buy travel size. So this is literally going to just melt it all together. Like, you see that? That's good. That's really good. Okay. Okay. We got one more step and then we done. We go. I took my hair down. Shout out to my girl Lex, because she always does an amazing job. So let me spray this one more time. Turn up when you turn up, we just getting loose.